We are friends, digging each other, taking time to talk it over.
Hey, welcome to the Lion's Den, episode number
29 or 30.
30, 20, 30 is what he said.
We shall 30.
Please continue.
30.
Episode 30 of the
There we
Lion's
go.
Den. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and coming back. Remember to give us a rating, a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It's very important that you continue to rate and review this podcast. It helps us out a lot. It helps us with algorithms, apparently.
Yeah, whatever the fuck
And
that
it
is.
keeps us on the top on the top of our game. So give us a 5-star rating and a glowing review at Apple Podcasts, and
Absolutely
also
glowing.
subscribe as well as subscribe on YouTube. And like always, hit the little notification bell.
Bing.
So you know what's coming at you.
Yep.
Can you guys do that? Will, was that good enough for you?
Yep.
Was that good?
You didn't. We didn't talk about Patreon, but that was beautiful.
I wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you said, "Well, is that beautiful?" I thought that was the ending.
You-
Why would I think there's more coming?
Well, because you critiqued the way that I ask people to rate and review, and that's the part I was
And
doing.
dress privately. You
Yeah,
told me
and
that.
then you said something about the way I dress, and it was not cool, man.
I do have to be a little bit of a producer sometimes, but it's hard to do that because you guys will immediately be like, "No, don't tell me what to
Lost
do."
No, no,
me. You
yeah,
sound like a teacher from
yeah,
Charlie Brown to
whatever.
me.
Wah, 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 wah.
He hates us.
See?
Tell me to take a second to do this.
He's robbing
and,
us.
and you're not going to get more than a second. You're a good producer.
Yes.
Anyways, also,
Good producer. That's
like producer Will said, you could always find us on Patreon for some extra bonus material and footage and content at patreon.com/thelion'sdenpod. That's patreon.com/thelion'sdenpod. And watch us try to ruin our careers and fuck with Will.
Oh, yeah, which is becoming more and more fun, and sometimes it makes me feel bad, but it really doesn't. Whee! Today is a special episode because we are actually going to be jumping into what a lot of our peers and friends are doing. We're going to interview someone again, a really good friend of ours, Dino Archie, who we would see a lot when we were starting comedy. He was a host at a Lucky Strike Bowling Alley comedy show. That's how it started. Also, he's responsible with the first headlining weekend that we each did in Fresno.
Yeah, you got us booked in Fres, yes.
And for some of you people that are fans of mine, Dino changed the weather. That guy that would open for me, where I had that whole experience in Denver. We don't get into it, but when we all got stoned by accident, I taught him to change the weather, and he makes up his own language. Or
Stoned.
Dino Beloved.
Stoned by accident.
Well,
Right.
we
Whoops.
Oh no, it was the worst. Put oils on popcorn in a movie
Oh,
theater.
yes.
Either way, point being, I've mentioned him in my act, and I've mentioned him a few times, and this is the guy that I was talking about. He's a really good friend of ours, and it's the first time we're trying it out via Zoom.
Yeah, we've wanted to have guests, but people are a little bit, self-conscious, I guess is the right word, or iffy about coming into the studio for very good reasons.
Yes.
COVID-19, quarantine, staying 6 feet apart. But now we have set up to where we could start having guests coming in that don't even have to be here, let alone even in the country, because when you'll see our guest today is coming to you from Vancouver, Canada,
which is one of our favorite cities to do comedy. If it's fucked up, it's Will's fault, and so we're going to figure
All
that
Will's
out.
fault.
Because
Will's fault.
we had a great interview. We got to talk about our past with the three of us. We got to get into him doing shows. He's actually doing comedy in Vancouver, adjacent to, I forgot the name of the city at this point.
West something.
It's Richard Bronson's House of Comedy in the Vancouver area.
Yep.
So if you're there, go get tickets. It's this weekend. Well, now it's Friday. This comes out, so it's
We'll put the
he's
link-
got Friday, Saturday.
I'll put the link in for tickets in the YouTube description. So if
Perfect.
you want
Yeah.
to buy tickets to go see Dino, which you fucking should because he's so funny,
He's great.
check the YouTube description link, and the Apple Podcast link should be in there too. So go
There's
get
some
tickets.
Jealousy and envy with me and Jason, and also just a little giddy to see somebody doing stand-up again,
Right.
because we're hearing more and more that we're not going to be able to do it for a while.
Yeah, I think he
And-
said it's like 35% capacity what they're going to do, and
Yeah.
limited seating,
Yeah.
far apart. Wait staff will
curious.
most likely be wearing masks, gloves, and stuff like that. That's what they're doing at some of the clubs here in the United States, as Dino would call it, the States. That's what they're doing down here in the
Dino is traded.
yeah.
So we talk about that. Our
down
past,
here in the lower
some fun
49
things.
is what I call it.
And if you can't hear it, or if it's muffled, if it's buffered, if it's got all these problems and it doesn't work,
Please
it
limit
is
your shitty comments to Will
Will
Burkart.
It's
His
all
phone
Will.
number is
No.
No?
Yeah, I think the main thing. Yeah, so we gave the Zoom thing a shot. And yeah, it may not be perfect, but I think it's pretty good. So just bear with us.
Getting ahead of it. Getting ahead of it.
Getting ahead of it.
It might not be good. Just give me a break here.
I think the main thing to know is just like bear with us. Everyone's very critical with the little issues.
I mean, I don't give a fuck as much.
That was great.
So yeah,
that was me in my 20s when I was having sex with women.
Yeah.
I would apologize in advance, so it wasn't as bad.
Also subliminally hurt by the previous comments that have been criticizing you. I could tell a lot of people are being really shitty.
Well,
with the comments and see if we can choose, please. Just make sure that you say.
Well, I never knew how. I mean, people notice everything.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Also the internet.
Oh yeah, it's like whatever. But I think just I like just prefacing it. Be like, I know you motherfuckers will notice every little tiny thing.
Now they're gonna really come at you.
No, let them. Go ahead. People are already in the last. People are already making fun of me in the last one for so whatever.
Were they talking about your smooth Ken body?
Yeah.
No, they were
Ken
doing
body.
they were fucking being
Put
like,
that picture
oh,
in.
you know,
Put
a
that
lot
picture
of.
When you had the camera on you for way too long?
Yeah, like
Oh,
they
okay.
obviously because I just leaned into it, so they all were making fun of me in the comments, which is funny.
Can I hear one?
I get it.
Does one stand out in your mind?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like people know what they're doing.
Already got it
So
queued up, by
hurt.
the way. He's
So
already got it queued up.
People are so funny.
What if we found out he's blocking so many people?
I know.
Just block.
Hey, Will, how come we lost so many followers on
They're just being so nice.
Instagram?
Oh, the one comment. The Cubs Corner with Will Burkart and Will Burkart, guest starring Will Burkart.
Oh, that's actually
really
It's funny. So
hilarious.
shit like that's funny. And then one guy in the comments apologized. He was like, "Hey man, I didn't mean anything negative. Comment. I love the podcast." It's like, all right, man. I mean, it's all good.
Just to clear it up, we're good sports. We're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't actually.
We are not pussies about that, but just please limit it to Brent and Will. Leave me out of it.
Wait, sir.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes that hurt is when they apologize. Like, you know what I mean? When somebody fucks with you a little
All right,
bit,
I'm so
I'm like,
sorry.
oh, that's,
All right.
and it's funny. I go, it's okay. But when I get the,
Yeah.
hey, I'm sorry about that, man. If I hurt your
Oh,
feelings.
that
I
makes
go,
you feel
well,
like, does
now-
this guy think I'm like fragile?
Yeah, does this hurt? Like, wait a minute. It's
Yeah.
more real now.
I know.
Because you did that.
And honestly, for me, it wasn't even the comments that got to me. It's just that I messed up. That's what got to me. I don't give a fuck about people shitting on me because I have thick skin. It's okay. I'm a comic.
You screwed up.
But yeah,
You screwed up.
You screwed
it's
up.
all internal.
Oh, I'm so
I
excited to see how this
I hope
turns
this
out.
podcast can go on with that big of a fuck up.
I know, right? I know.
I'm very curious to see how this goes.
I think it's gonna be good.
But Dino Archie, a.k.a. Dino
it's
Beloved,
gonna be
a.k.a. Dino Changed the Weather.
Dino's got a lot of dripping.
Dean.
He's always dripping.
Oh, he's
yeah.
dripping.
God or
Smooth
whatever
drip.
the fuck he
He's
is.
retired. He's out of
he's
retirement.
He
What was
announced his retirement.
Yeah, what was his? Can you talk about that? When he announced his retirement?
I
that
totally
whole thing?
forgot to bring it up on the thing. But
No, he meant now. Talk about it now. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
you hit me up and you're like, "What is this?" And then I looked and I went, "What the fuck is he? He's retiring."
Yeah,
and
he got
then
stoned
I
and retired.
laughed because I'm like, "So Dino," because now he's gonna make a huge comeback.
Yeah, he's doing a
Dino
comeback tour.
Archie, fresh out of retirement.
Wasn't it like didn't he retire and then now he just kind of wandered back
man.
in? And
He
then
came back to the game. He's Jordan in 95 or
Yep,
4.
just kidding.
Just come back.
It's
I'm back.
It's fucking cool. I
I
mean,
know,
honestly,
man. He's the coolest.
He
He's
is
one of
cool.
our really good friends, one of the funniest people we know, one of the funniest minds we know.
Yeah.
And he lives in Vancouver now. I mean, although we can never tell exactly where he lives.
Yeah.
But
He's a
it's
man
just
of
good to see his
mystery.
face.
Yeah.
And it was another thing, like when we get on the comedy Zooms with our friends, it's just when you see one of our friends and be able to look them in the eyes doing this, it's
Right.
like it's nice. It's like I miss them.
That was so cool.
I miss him. I miss so many people that we don't see.
I have to say I'm a little annoyed about how good he looks.
It was bullshit
It's
too.
a bit annoying. What the
And
fuck?
the way he was sitting in a cool chair, good
Yeah,
background, just
great
really had
lighting.
it. Was very ready.
Looked
Just
like
sitting like this.
Looked
the
like
whole
he had the floor shine. He had the Swiffer out before he went on.
Yeah, he looked
I do
good.
that shit. I prepare the fuck out of a background if I know I'm going on.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I want that.
Everybody
shit to
looks at
look
a
right.
background.
Books, a lot of
Anytime
books.
you're on a Zoom or
Well-read
anything, we're all
books.
looking.
dictionaries.
Everybody looks at a background. Anybody who's
Yeah,
done a Zoom or
I
a
know.
FaceTime or
Yeah.
Skype during this pandemic,
Oh, yeah.
we're all looking behind you to see what kind of
Oh,
bullshit you got.
shit. Speaking of that, Jennifer Lopez,
Yeah.
also known as J-Lo,
Oh, that's what it is.
she posted a selfie in her gym, and in the background, looking through the window, is some dude's face.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What?
I'll show you. I'll send you the picture of it. It is crazy. She's like, I'm fucking J-Lo with the dopest abs ever. How am I even 50 years old? And then right over her shoulder, there's a guy low, and it looks like somebody's covering his mouth, but when you look closer, he's wearing a mask, and the pleats in the mask look like fingers. But it's the weirdest fucking.
Like a random guy who's like creeping
her
inside.
It
home
looks
gym?
like it could be. I don't know if it was a home gym or she definitely goes to a private gym. But it could have been a guy in another room. Somebody said doing sit-ups, and that's why he looks so fucking weird. But yo, check it out. So yeah,
creepy.
and the reason it was on my news app is because, like Brent said, people fucking look at the background. All her fans started going, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Yep.
Dude, I had to squint my eyes to see what the fuck are they talking about. They even had a picture where it was circled in red. Couldn't see it until it was zoomed in. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that's a dude's face.
It's going back to people on the internet. Notice everything.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta, because we're all nosy in our own way, and you want to know what other people have. Sometimes you want to
Yeah.
know what kind of money they're working with.
Me,
What's
I'm
their
like
kitchen
this. Here's me looking in the background. How dirty is this motherfucker living right now? Let's see
Yeah.
how. I want to see a dirty dish so I can go. You ain't got shit.
I'm thinking about buying a bunch of baby toys in a crib and just putting it in the
That
background
is
and not bringing it up.
awesome.
So everybody's like, "What? Does Brent have a fucking kid?" Like,
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
I think Brent has a child.
I don't know.
You know, where is he right now?
That's so funny. But yeah.
Aloysius, go eat.
That's the kid's name.
Yeah, Aloysius.
I like you
Aloysius.
said go eat. I'm
Go
not gonna
eat.
make you anything.
Go
Go eat.
My
he's two.
babies will wear suits and they will know what to do.
Oh my
Bumping
god.
into shit.
Aloysius, order some Postmates for me, please.
Yes, Daddy.
Did you get me a salad again?
Yes, Daddy.
What do you mean I need to lose weight?
Daddy, you need to be around for my whole life. Please eat more healthy, Daddy.
Why did you name me like a Pokemon character?
Why is my name
Aloysius.
Aloysius?
I don't
And why
know.
am I always wearing these suits?
Alacia.
Oh my god, his sister.
Drake named his kid Adonis. That's a hell of a name.
Adonis
named
is
his kid
a
Adonis?
Adonis is a
I'm pretty sure Adonis.
Yeah, Adonis is some sort of like
It's
masculine.
like a Greek god. It's like a Greek god.
yeah.
Like it's like I'm an Adonis. That means like
lot of
you're
ripped.
fucking you're perfect.
You're holding up.
A lot of people when they see me, they're like, oh, that's like a so like that.
Adonis Graham.
Adontis got him, dude.
Yeah, see,
Burned
you got to think about the burns. God, what was I going to say? What about, can you look this up real quick?
Yeah.
Elon Musk, did you see what he named his
Oh,
kid?
he named like letters and
Yeah,
symbols and numbers.
symbols.
Poor fucking kid.
Well, see,
My first-
California won't allow it.
Here's my thing. My
stupid.
first thought was, oh, school's gonna be rough for him, but no, it's not.
Yeah, he's a robot.
It's X, an A and E combined. Fuck you for that. And then A-12.
That's his name.
Insane.
How is it pronounced? Steven.
AXE.
Okay, he pronounced
Steven.
It's Steven.
There's an article on CNN, which is how to pronounce how to pronounce it. It's okay. It says it's just like X, like the letter X, then AI, like how you said the letter
Psi?
A, then I. I mean, it's so fucking complicated, you know.
Jesus Christ, this kid has no chance.
So it's basic, and then
God,
oh,
he's
and then
rich.
and then the
Public
A,
school teachers wouldn't want to kill that.
the
fucker.
AE is pronounced like Ash. So it's like, I mean, it's so complicated.
What if
You know
he's
what
an
also?
idiot?
You know what else it is? It's so fucking dumb.
God.
Okay, we get it. You're rich. You're eccentric. But now you just brought some innocent kid into
we
the
get your
workforce.
Iron Man now.
You know?
But like, I heard the California government wasn't going to allow it though, because they're like, hey man,
Good.
you can't have numbers in your kid's name.
Good. What if he's the third? Oh, it's I.
No, but that's a good point.
XX,
He's going to find a way out of it.
yeah.
So how is it pronounced though? It's
Honestly, it was
XAI?
so confusing.
XAI
I
12?
couldn't even follow it.
Quitter.
Oh boy.
It's okay. So it's just X, the letter X, and then AE which is pronounced Ash. So it's X Ash 12, and then A-12.
That's not any better.
So it's it's X Ash A-12.
So basically, the answer to the question is how do you pronounce it is you don't.
Yeah.
So let me guess. You fell on a keyboard when you were
know.
typing in your son's name.
Yeah. You felt you just,
I can't wait till this kid is
He's-
like in
he's like-
special ed and he's not good at school.
Oh no.
Because then if his name is AXXS to 12, it's just gonna be like, in my defense, it started way too high for me. He wants me to be like a cyborg, and it ain't happening. I'm a C student,
like the Terminator.
and I'm just chilling.
What's gonna happen is he's gonna get
chilling.
around friends if Mr. Musk lets that happen.
Mr. Musk.
And the kid's gonna come home and go, Dad, the fuck, what?
Oh yeah.
Can't I just be Alex?
I bet he'll go by like Ash.
Yeah.
That's probably what
Ash.
it is.
Ash Ketchum, like the Pokemon
Ash
kid.
Musk.
Ash 12.
Ash 12.
Where's your dad now? Space.
We love on Mars.
Obviously, he's in space.
When will he be back? No idea.
No idea.
As soon as he finishes the machine that teleports him home, then he'll be home.
Then he'll be home, and then I have to go to space school.
Yeah. Then they fuck up the teleportation machine, and never mind. That's gross. I was gonna say he shows up in the kid, and the kid's parts are just.
Like it's Galaxy Quest. or some
Elon is
shit.
just like his little baby's hands is coming out of his head. He goes, "Miscalculated that, didn't I?"
So, Dad, what are we now? Elon Musk Ash 12-3?
I guess we'll always be together.
And then, look at show, end of the show, credits roll. Executive produced by Joe Rogan.
He started as a kid that was born into a smart family. He was named AX-12 and B.
He's like,
Yeah.
But he's nothing more than a C student. He likes a girl named Prudence and he doesn't know what to do. His dad's in space and he's in school.
Then one day his dad came home.
Oh no,
Series
Dad.
over. Series over.
And now they're stuck together. Elon Musk and A-12 on CBS starting this Saturday.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was bad.
Cool.
I got lower in my chair as I did
Brought
that.
to you by Tesla.
yeah.
Brought to you by Tesla and SpaceX and whatever the fuck else he invented. All right, anyway,
Enjoy this episode
enjoy
with our
this.
good pal, Dino Archie.
Dino Archie, and hopefully there are no technical problems, and we will have more guests in the future.
And
So enjoy
here
this.
we go.
Oh, that's right. We used to do that. Oh, nice.
Dino
Yeah,
Archie,
look,
welcome
my
to the
series
Lion's
night.
Den. We're talking to you where? Where are you right now?
Oh, I'm in Vancouver. I'm in Vancouver, man.
You're in the
Nice.
Van City.
I'm in a whole different country, man.
See?
I fucked off.
It's working.
See, the
I'm
Lion's
off
Den.
the
The Lion's Den is global. We're
getting
global,
global
dude.
now.
We're globalization. We're globalizing. That's what we're doing.
I'm happy to be on.
Yeah, we're on. We're live now. We're on, man. Dino Archie is a good buddy, of course, of me and Brent's forever since the beginning of our stand-up careers.
Yep.
And we got some fun road stories, and we're happy to have you here in the Lion's Den, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
Jack?
From the bowling alley to the Lion's Den.
That's right.
Yeah.
From the alley.
We should tell that part of the story when we first met Dino.
Yeah.
It was me, you, and like Chris D'Elia going down to Orange in Orange County to Lucky Strike.
Yep. You and Edwin Benton were running a room down there at Lucky Strike
Yeah.
Bowling Alley.
It felt illegal somehow.
Yeah.
I felt like we never really got permission to do that show.
Right.
And we just showed up one day. I had never done stand up, and Ed was like, he's not a comic, so I don't even know how he finessed that. And then he was like, I was working at AT&T, man, selling phones.
That's right. I
And-
remember that.
I didn't want shit to do with stand up.
Right.
And then,
You wanted shit to do with money.
yeah, I wanted to make some money. And but I like stand up though. And he said, hey man, I got this room and I'm his roommate. So I was like, when'd you go get a room? But he went and got a bowling alley room. He goes, you got to host it. And I said, I don't even do stand up. What the fuck are you talking about?
Remember when we first went down there and you were hosting, and me and Brent were like, who the hell is this kid?
Yeah.
The cat in the hat, because you always had the cool hats on.
Yeah, he was dressed up too. He had the vests
Yeah.
and shit.
Just looking smooth.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
You were GQ
I
magazine.
No.
I was getting money out the ATM, and someone drove by and said, they said, Neo. They yelled out Neo. And they saw me, and I was like, oh, it's just Dino.
Oh,
It's just-
Neo,
it's
no,
him.
not Neo,
Oh.
Dino.
No, it was
I
like
hated that.
it was like a
I hated pictures
biopic.
from back then, but what did you say?
it was like a biopic. It's like if you see like a Ray Charles biopic, and then that one guy goes, "You going on tonight?" Like he was dressed like the guy that was telling the person, "You're going on
Yeah.
tonight," with the vests and the hats.
We got a no-show, Dino.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Man, I was born ready. Slay, Jim.
Yeah, man, we used to get down there.
That was a
remember
good spot.
Brent,
Yeah,
Brent
that was
came
fun.
through down, and then you did, and my uncle Andre.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Hey, we need a headliner up in Fresno," and
Dude,
Yeah.
you were the first one to do it, right?
Yeah.
He did it first.
Yep.
I think that Dino is subsequently responsible for our first
Yeah.
headlining weekends.
First time I ever did Fresno was because of you.
Yeah, and he did
Yeah,
it
you're
first
welcome.
at that
Hey,
sushi
you're welcome.
restaurant.
Thank you. Frez, yes. Frez, yes.
And Dino treated Fresno like it was like Monaco. It's like the guy literally was like, "Man, wait till you get to Fresno."
Oh, man, this place is no
yeah,
joke.
in LA. Why was Fresno so popping to me?
So funny.
Fresno,
But we had a good time. You had bottle service at a sushi restaurant for a comedy
What was
show.
that? Thai Palms was the name of that spot.
Thai Palms.
right? And then Timmy T, the singer, had the limo.
Yep.
The old school
That guy,
limo
a lot
with
of
the
people don't-
boomerang on the back.
Yep. A lot of people don't know that guy that was driving us around in his limousine, he had a hit single in the 1980s. Yeah.
That's right. You told me that.
Timmy T. And I remember going, no, that ain't gonna. And then he showed up with his limousine and drove us across the parking lot.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
we got the show here and the after party across the parking lot. But Timmy T, the 80s one-hit wonder, is going to pick us up in a limousine. And we're going to drive 50 feet that way.
Man,
and
we're going to a club.
Yep.
Where? Right there. Oh, so he goes, no, we're getting in a limo.
And if I remember correctly, there was a problem with security.
We refused to walk. It's
Yeah.
like we could have just walked
No.
two blocks right there.
Am I wrong? Wasn't there an issue with security that first time we did it and they wouldn't let us in and they didn't and we had to do some I think you talked to him.
Oh,
Dino.
yeah. He was Eddie Murphy. He
Oh.
was
Well, the night before, me and my bro had a little bit too much. Maybe we had a few extra drinks that we shouldn't have had. And, I may have, talked, I don't know, got macked at the owner's girl or something stupid.
Something silly like that.
Some
complete accident, by the way. Whoops, sorry.
Right. Before something before Me Too was really.
Yeah. Back then, it wasn't Me Too.
It wasn't over. It wasn't. Don't get me wrong.
No.
It wasn't bad.
Me Too?
It was it was Me Next.
Nothing. It was nothing. I
Yeah.
didn't do.
Different time. Different time.
We got kicked out, man, and then so we went back the next night. We were like, because the night before we're like, we don't need this club.
And the next night,
we'll never need to go back here. And then the next night, that was the spot. It was like Elephant Room. They always have some are on the rocks.
Hilarious.
Every little town always has a shitty club bar named On the Rocks.
On the Rocks. Like it's trying to be
So it's On the Rocks.
so hip.
And we know the balance. We're like, hey, look, yesterday it was on me.
Right.
That was on me. We got a little loud. We might have been disrespectful. So
That's so funny.
If you would humbly let us get past
Humbly. Timmy T would love to sing you a song.
Appreciate it.
Oh, man.
Just let us in. Timmy would love to sing you a piece of his hit from 1986.
Making Timmy T turn up with us, we should be thrown in jail.
Right?
Letting that man just wanted to sleep.
I mean,
he rode a limo.
He just wanted to sleep.
Can you look anything up right now? Can you?
Yeah. I'll just use my phone.
Timmy T, his hit in the 80s. It was like
His name is Timmy T.
Timmy T, and he was like, there was a string of these hits, and it was called freestyle. That they call that style freestyle now. They have like reunion concerts with all those artists.
Who's some of the guys that would be in his
Spring Love.
One more
Come
try.
back to One More Try. Yes, that was his jam.
Oh, yeah, I know
One
that
More
song.
Try.
Oh yeah, One More Try was a slap.
Yeah, One More Try.
It was like a low key hit.
Yeah.
What will I do in time after time?
Right, time after time. Yep.
Oh, is that the time after time?
No,
That's not-
Wilbur. That's Cyndi Lauper. Relax, youngster.
The young guys the young guys throwing out all the new new music.
Yeah, you're like, oh, is that one by the?
I'll never forget that I'm headlining and we go to that club and it's like, it's a bunch of us guys, comics and people, but we take that parking lot ride to the nightclub and they're not letting us in at first. And there's a long line because this is the place to be in Fresno.
Right.
And Dino walking up with like a leather jacket. Maybe he wasn't wearing one, but in my mind he was. and he just goes, no, we're going in. We're going in. We're going in. You know who we are? And you just...
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. He's making me look bad. I would never say that.
No, you were very prematurely famous,
Yeah.
for sure.
You were definitely the unofficial mayor of Fresno whenever we would go out
Yes. You definitely got in. Like, we got in. We skipped
got
the line with a bunch of guys and got in.
there. Yeah, we did it.
Well, no, that's that city always showed me love, but that's like, I got family there. My uncles were stand-up guys, great athletes and good people. And then my bros.
Yeah, Tizelle was the calendar man.
Cool, man. Yeah, they were just fucking cool. I was growing up. I was a dork. I had asthma, so you can.
That's all it.
Cool that you guys see. I wasn't.
You were wheezing back then.
I had asthma, man. They were ashamed of me.
They were ashamed because
You know
of
what?
asthma.
If they could see you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up like that, man. We grew up. I had 7 brothers and sisters, man. That's like, and we grew up like we were like on the streets of Mumbai or something. We were ruthless, man.
Yeah.
So they were funny and cool and dope in sports. They was just like the shit. And so they kind of, I got to eat off their plate. Like they already had this, you know, so the city loved them. So I got to just, you know, I got to eat.
Wasn't T like the, he was on a calendar? He was like Mr. I remember this. He was like Mr. October.
Yeah, he was one of the sexies. I don't want to.
This is what we walk into in Fresno.
You can't even finish the sentence without laughing.
But when you said, to ever have to announce as another guy like the sexy calendar 2007, hey, and that's dope too.
Yeah,
that's my guy, man.
He's great.
He was Mr. March or something.
For what though,
or
Mr.
maybe
March?
Mr. February. He might have been Mr. February, and his birthday's not even in February. So I don't know if it was.
He's one of the hottest guys in
But
Fresno.
like, let me ask you this: was he representing the city of Fresno as Mr. Or was it something?
All the people in there, I think, were from Fresno. Now I feel like I saw the magazine.
That's so funny.
I just saw his photo.
That's all you need to see, man. That's all you need to see.
I don't got a copy of the magazine. No. But I'm proud.
Yep.
That,
when your brother told you, you just tell me what page, and I'll just go to that page and skip the rest.
I just couldn't get by that when I first go to Fresno and we're at Ty Palms. And then this is my brother T, plays basketball. He's great. Played in Europe. He's also, you know, sexiest man in February. So I go, what?
Wait, what?
Like, he goes, no, he's in the calendar.
Isn't this just piling on? Jeez.
Like he was like one of the most eligible bachelors in Fresno. He was like, everybody wanted him.
Then you
ended up good looking man.
Yeah. Then you ended up in LA. Did you end up in LA before Canada? You came here first, right?
Yeah, I went to Fresno City, right? I ended up at the place we would joke about. They'd be like, if you had any dreams in Fresno, you know, people would be like, man, ha ha ha, he, I'll see you at City College.
Right.
And I ended up there. I was like selling cars too at like 20, and I ended up in City. I know it sounds nuts. I have like the life of a fucking pirate.
That's hilarious.
And I was writing, and my English teacher was like, "Hey man, you're pretty good. You should look into screenwriting or something." I don't know. It was some kind of like movie scene, you know, like Finding Forrester or some shit. And then I applied to Northridge and went to CSUN. So I ended up in LA. Screenwriting in Northridge.
Oh, in the Valley.
I started comedy, or kind of whatever. The bowling alley shit.
I get you, which is crazy because you're living in the Valley, and then you decide to do stand-up, and it brings you all the way down to Orange County,
which is crazy.
Right.
Like you didn't even stop in Hollywood.
No.
I keep skipping LA for some reason.
Yeah.
And we were in Inglewood. That's where Ed lived.
Yep.
So I was living in Inglewood, and we were going to Disneyland every Thursday to do stand-up.
To where?
Do stand-up at Disneyland?
Disneyland. Well, that's where the bowling alley was like 2 stops from Disneyland.
Oh, right. It was in the city of Orange. It's called the Block.
Yeah.
Remember, it was called the Block in Orange, and Orange is the neighboring town to Anaheim where Disneyland is at.
What stand-up was at Disneyland?
No, he's saying it might as well have been.
Oh, I thought he was doing stand-up like Mickey opened and then he fucking went up.
But nobody could follow Goofy
It's
ever.
A crazy place to start, the happiest place on earth. Just getting
so
up
funny.
there, getting real.
I've always wanted to ask you, what got you to Canada?
Yeah.
When I was 16, this guy he was from Canada. He transferred to our school, and he was lights out. He could hoop, named Brian, big ass head, and he just looked Canadian. I'm not.
Right.
That's my guy.
All Canadians got big ass heads, but
that's what we learned.
And I was like, this guy could hoop, man. So we became friends, and there's no real like it's weird because he's Canadian, he's a white guy, but he's different than you guys.
Yeah.
Like Canadians are just different. I don't know how to describe it.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And we clicked. So by the end of the year, we were friends, and he said, "Hey, I'm driving to." We did AAU, so we did summer ball together, and we were like the best players on the team. So at the end in San Francisco, he said, "Hey, you want to, drive up with me to Vancouver?" Or he told me in advance. So I told my mom, I said, "That's Canada. What the fuck is that? Like, should I do this?" And she said, "Yeah, why not?" And so I drove to Canada with my buddy and his family, and we get to Kelowna. That was it. And we're in this, like, we meet his family, and they're on a fucking houseboat. A house on the water. Never seen it. Blew my mind.
Right.
I thought that was awesome. And then so we jump on the houseboat, and we were there for like 3 or 4 days, floating up this beautiful river.
What?
And we're taking jet skis out. We're just living the dream. We get to his town.
Mm-hmm.
The doors unlocked at night.
Oh wow, what is that like?
It's a different level of freedom and security.
I'm picturing Dino on a jet ski, slow motion, and a whole new world.
That's it. That's
Oh,
a true
man.
story. That's it. I was like, this shit is
I love
amazing.
hearing people say, "Yeah, we used to be able to leave our doors unlocked." And now
What'd you say?
I like it when I hear people say that. We used to be able to just leave our door unlocked.
Yeah, that sounds like some Pleasantville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Like
gonna say that
something-
Pleasantville. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Pleasantville, man. And I didn't notice though, man, that there was like I didn't feel distinct from this little bit of like in the States. I feel this reminder that you're a nigga somehow. No one's saying it.
No,
but it's
I-
just there. I don't know what it is. It
I know
doesn't
what it
have
is.
to be some overt anyone does. It's just like someone pooed it in the elevator. That's what it's something's in the air, and I
Yep.
don't know what did I do. But it's something in the States that's like that, and so here that trip, I didn't feel that. I was just Dino the guy,
Right.
and and then they're like taking family photos. They're like, Dino, you got to jump in the photo. So I'm in the fucking family photos from 20 years ago. And we've been friends ever since. So when I came back, that experience always stayed with me. And I thought if there was a chance to live up here for a few months or something, I'll take it. And that's how it happened, man.
And your comedy career pretty much took off while you were in Canada. That's kind of where
if you want to call it that,
you told me one time you said, I'm actually making money doing stand-up up here.
yeah,
Which
fair.
is, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. No, real talk, man. In LA, that's the thing too. Starting at Lucky Strike was so dope because starting with you guys started before me. So seeing you guys, Dalia, Gerard, also Amir. Amir started with me. So I'm Fahim. These were.
Yep.
You guys were some killers to me, and I said these guys they know what they're doing earlier than I did. And LA, I was kind of getting distracted there. I wasn't really a diehard stand-up. I couldn't even really I did it, but I didn't really I didn't really put it out on the line. And I started to get into it more, and that's when I was doing the improv and but it wasn't like. It was like, man, there was nothing really happening. And I knew I needed time to get better and to really find what I like, find my voice on stage.
Right.
And somebody, I was at the improv and they'd get Canadian comics would pop on shows and they'd always be killers. It's tight.
Yeah.
Because they do so much work. They pay $20,000 just to get into the States. Not even like, just for a ticket. That's like $20,000 for to get into the club.
Damn.
Wow.
And they gotta have a book full of like dope shit they did to prove that they're worthy of coming into that shithole.
Wait, who do they have to pay this money to?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Who are they paying this money to?
The government. like you got to apply for
like that's your job. That's the job you're getting in the States.
Yeah.
Wow. And they got to prove that that's what they
crazy,
do
man.
for a
So-
living.
Right. And so so you're getting some of the best comics, and then someone told me about Vancouver, and said the scene was dope up here, and you could really get better off the grid. And I came up on vacation, and my buddy pretended to be my manager. Then he ran up a tab, and the credit card didn't go through. It was bad.
I fucking love shit like that. Oh, I love stories like that.
It was not. It wasn't smooth. So that club didn't call me back.
Can you say which club?
It was the Comedy Mix.
Really?
Because remember, you came there with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got in later. But it didn't start off. It started off a little rocky.
That's
little rough.
hilarious.
No, whenever we had like 3 encounters, and it just so happened that I was shown in an unflattering light.
Yeah.
Oh, I had an issue
Like,
with that
it just-
manager.
Say that
You did?
again?
I had an issue with that manager. He took me backstage and tried to tell me how to, and I had to tell him, hey man, you're not going to tell me how to do stand up.
Oh,
Okay, what did he
I
try
remember
What did he
this.
try to tell you? What did he
I
try
think
to-
he
how
was,
tried to-
he thought I ran the light by too much and there was something, and he was
Wait,
like,
did you run the light? But did you run?
did he have an issue with
Did you run the
swearing?
light, or did you run the light?
Did he have an issue with swearing? I can't remember. Something.
Shit.
But he pulled me aside and wanted to talk to me like a child.
Yeah, yeah.
And the first thing I asked him, I said, hey man, how old are you? I said, man, I'm 2 years older than you.
yeah.
Yeah, you hit him with the grown man.
Don't talk to me like a child, man.
Also, he
And
might
then-
have had a problem with, like, not knowing that, like, when you and I are doing the road together, and it's like doing 25, like you
Yeah, he
doing
didn't-
25 is not an issue with me.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
had-
want you to stretch and
Yeah.
shit.
He had an issue with me, and then at the end of the weekend, he apologized, and we were okay. But
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
And then you guys actually hit it off, and it was okay.
we hit it off after that, and we were kind of buddies after that. But
yeah,
Yeah,
he came at me sideways
yeah,
at first, and I didn't like it.
yeah, it was uncomfortable there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when people get petty about, like, club managers or something get petty about the time. It's like it's time.
Yeah.
Let us break it up however the
I
fuck
just
we want.
remembered he got mad because he thought you were going too long.
Yeah,
That
he
weekend.
didn't get. He actually may have gotten upset with me for going long headlining. Like there was a lot of.
He's got somewhere else he's got to fucking be after the show.
Sounds like we all went too long. That's what this really story sounds like. Like he didn't do nothing wrong, and
Yeah.
we all fucking went too
We all did an hour. We
all
all did a
did way
fucking
too
hour.
fucking
What
long.
happened is we
The audience
would be
loved
here.
it. The
Yeah.
audience isn't going,
No.
"Ugh, I think he's running his time. The audience isn't doing that shit when it's working.
Yeah, that's what it was. He said something to me like, I just want you to know we run a professional club here. And I was like, first of all, wait a minute. How old are you? Did that whole thing. And then I go, has someone complained? And he was quiet. And he goes, no. But, I go, if no one's complaining, what's the deal? What's the
Yeah.
problem? Brent's not complaining.
No,
He's
that
not
was
mad
a
at
great
me,
weekend, too.
That was a great
Yeah,
weekend.
man.
I remember
People
I got
loved it.
drunk, but it was good.
But it's a good time.
Yeah.
That
but
club
Yeah,
was
no, I
great.
call them the fun police, man.
Yeah.
I had to make it. I got some fun police. Vancouver's like the capital of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of the rules,
Right.
Hey, don't forget about the rules.
That was a fun weekend, though, because we went to that club that was like walking distance from the comedy club.
Yeah.
It was like a nightclub type vibe, and we got a table and stuff.
Dude, it was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, every time I've done Vancouver, Vogue Theater, that time, remember when we did Vogue years ago? I mean,
Yeah.
Dino would just bring you in, and it's like he's the mayor of
Yeah,
Vancouver
that's
already.
another thing about Dino. Wherever you are, you're the mayor
Yeah.
of that place.
Mayor of Fresno, Vancouver, even fucking Lucky Strike somehow.
You're the mayor of that living room right now.
Oh, my girl's working from home. I'm the fucking janitor of this living.
I know. He's looking at his
amazing.
watch because he's going, shit.
Janitor.
That's voluntary.
Yeah.
I can have it, but I choose the
Right.
Yeah, you choose.
Yeah.
All right.
janitor route. No,
I could do what I
love
want.
This town, man. It's like a little. Amir, when he was out here, he said we were driving around. He goes, "Man, I saw that same stranger over there. Like,
Right.
It's so small.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said it's like The Simpsons or something, and
It's also freaking beautiful.
It is
it's
beautiful.
That
It's a
lake
good
or
time.
whatever it is that you can.
It's
Oh
amazing.
man,
I live right by the water. Man.
Beautiful.
That's keeping me. That's what's kept me sane, man. Is I get out by the water. I take a long walk, buddy. Sunset.
Oh.
You give me a long walk. A joint in the sunset.
Yes.
Yeah,
Watching the
that's great.
pontoon planes land on the lake. Oh, it's
What do you,
amazing.
yeah. Yeah. What else do you need, man?
Right. How is it? How are they with the whole quarantine thing over there? Are they tripping with the masks and all that like we're over here, or they're doing it right?
If it feels like over here is less turned up than back home, because
It's because they're
we're
doing
too
it
hot
right.
for TV, man. The U.S.
U.S. is fucking up.
I call them the states, man. I'm like a traitor. Like
Yo.
foreign, fucking, I feel like Snowden.
That's your next Dino. That's your next special. Dino Archie, the traitor.
A traitor.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're fucking up over here, but we're trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
who knows?
I be talking about. I talk so much shit on the states that I feel like a betrayer, even though I got love for it. It's just like, what are y'all doing down back home?
Damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like,
One dude had a bazooka
yes.
to get a fucking latte. He
Yep.
had a fucking bazooka on
Yep.
his back.
That was probably Florida. That was most likely
Hey,
Florida.
hey, Jason, Brent, talk to your people.
Dino, you were one of
We're
us.
trying,
What
man.
happened?
Oh, he's out.
Dino's
He's
out.
out.
He looks so
You
refreshed.
said your people. You're done. I love it.
Oh, okay.
No, not you guys. Though. You guys always been on.
Yeah,
this
you talking about
side.
all the people that went in with fucking AKs to Subway?
Jesus.
I saw that. I'm like, guys, come on, man. You're scaring the
These are
shit out
the-
of the sandwich artists.
The people saying, yeah. These are the same guys that are saying, we'll do anything for these colors. This red, white, and blue. We'll do anything except wear a mask.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
We will not wear a mask. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's been fucked.
Insane, man. It's so funny to watch too. I think that's like my new. I don't watch porn, man, but I love those videos of when they tell a white lady to put on a mask and they flip.
Let me ask you, how is it for you, a black man, watching white people march for their freedom?
Yo, come on. With all their friends outside with guns.
Yep.
Hey, with guns.
Yep.
Yelling
Unbelievable.
At the Capitol going, I want to be outside with my friends
Oh
and
my
don't take my
God.
guns. And
Freedom
they're
is
like,
essential.
Yeah.
You have it all. You're good.
Unbelievable, man.
You're
It's
doing it.
You have a
You're doing it
bazooka.
right now.
How did you get that?
just such a bunch of hypocrites. It's amazing. You're going to start working again, though, right?
How you guys feeling out in LA? With
My
I
neighborhood's
don't want you to speak for all of LA or something, but in the comedy world, you
Yeah.
you guys, we're all pirates, man. We
We're-
go to work.
for the
How
most
do
part,
y'all
we're all
feel?
losing our minds. We want to get
Yeah.
back on stage, but we want to do it right. My thing is, anyways, I know a lot of guys are like, fuck that. I ain't afraid of the Rona. And they
Yeah.
want to get on stage tonight. But me, personally, I want to do it when it's right so that this shit doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Because this
I
is
get
like,
that.
What about you,
I'm having
Brent?
withdrawals, you know?
Yeah. I'm serious. Me and Jay have talked about this. Like, we have mini panic attacks because I'll wake up in the morning, he'll wake up in the morning, and I can't remember my act.
Yeah.
Like, the shit I was
Right.
working on, I actually couldn't even, like, on a Zoom conversation with my cousins, couldn't remember a part of a bit. And I was like, and
you
I
think
actually almost had to hang up.
Think about the longest that we've gone without doing stand-up when none of this
Yeah.
shit is happening. And when you're sick, I haven't done stand-up for a week. And
This
that
is
feels like a
crazy.
lifetime.
Yeah.
I have not done stand-up for 3 months.
It's getting insane, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, is we want to talk to you as well because we see on Instagram you're going to go play a comedy club. You're going to go play
Yeah.
Rich Bronson's, right? House of Comedy.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Are you going to Edmonton?
No, I'm doing it. They took over the Laugh Lines. They bought out
Oh.
the one in New West,
I like those owners. I really do.
How far is that from
and
you?
it's nice. It's nice.
Is it far from where you're at right now?
Just a SkyTrain. So I'm downtown Vancouver. It's a SkyTrain out about 30 minutes. It's
The fuck
really
is a
easy to get
SkyTrain?
to.
Is it Back to the Future in Vancouver?
What have you heard Larry
got a train
King on
in the
Larry
sky?
King going, what the fuck is a sky train? You never hear the person, when somebody says shit you don't know, you just let it go in the interview.
That's how you-
He goes, what the fuck is this? You can't just say sky train. What is this? Is
That's
this
how-
fucking Alita? What the hell are you
Damn.
talking?
Is that a name of an airline?
Fuck is a SkyTrain?
Man, they got us living like such peasants in the States.
You guys got
have
super
sky
sky
trains.
trains.
Right?
Fuck is a SkyTrain?
Oh,
We're in the
man.
future. We're in the future.
Damn.
Up here.
So what is your concern, though, of playing live comedy? First off, we're jealous.
Very.
But going out to play these shows, what do you anticipate? Like, how are they setting it up? What are the things they've said?
They've said 25% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's in accordance with the city, and I wanted to stress that. I'm not doing no underground blood sport, kumite,
Right.
cockfighting, style joke. It's like
It's legit.
I'm with you. I'm dying to practice my kung fu.
Right.
To get my shit back and just do the thing that we've been doing for 15 or 10 or however many years plus. I'm excited on that part, and I'm excited because it is with the city. And I think that the people who will come out, because I did comedy like all the way until it shut down. Like it just happened that weekend. I was at Rumors in Winnipeg, and you got to do like 15 shows that week. It's crazy.
Damn.
It's like Tuesday through Sunday. So the Rona hit. The news of it spread on like Wednesday. This is March 16th, 17th.
Okay.
And then I was like kind of on that wave, like right before it hit. I finished my last show, got on a plane, and then just been laying low for 2 months. So anyways, those last shows, the people coming they knew they were kind of putting themselves at risk.
Oh, man.
So they were a better crowd. They were like, man, we're living on the edge,
right.
man. So I was able to talk loose.
Okay.
A little bit looser than normally. Like I always say what I want, but the crowd was just with it. So I'm putting that energy out. I hope the crowd that comes out that is risking their life.
Yeah. Also, and to those crowds, laugh with your mouth closed.
So do you find, have tickets been sold already? Have you seen?
They're selling some tickets, man, but it was weird. It was sold out for 2 days, and you couldn't buy a ticket online, and then you can buy a ticket. So I'm not even really in charge of that, or I'm not checking it too much. But people are buying tickets, and if they feel comfortable, and only if they feel comfortable. Like I don't want any like I was saying before, I don't want if you got a fever or something, don't be a hero.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, don't come. I'm anti-promote. I'm promoting the show, but
no
only
Coroni
if you're
Tonys
a
allowed. No Coroni Tonys allowed at the show. You should keep them Roni homies at home. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Keep the Ron at home. Keep the Ron at home, man.
And this is when? When are you doing this gig?
I'm doing it Thursday through Sunday.
This weekend.
Nice. And this comes out Friday, so anybody in Canada that's close to that club and want to go check out Dino Archie, who's one of our favorite comics and people.
You will not be sorry. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna have whoever comes is definitely the people, the people who like living on the edge.
Right.
Yeah. You're a pioneer.
Yeah, you're doing it. What's the name of the club?
The House of Comedy. It's houseofcomedy.net if people want to get tickets.
In what city?
Like I said, this isn't a hard promo, man.
I'm doing it. I got love for you.
Yeah, we're curious to see how it goes. I want to know. I'll text you afterward too. Jay will too.
Yeah.
I want to know how it goes because for us over here, it's like we already know. I know you've heard this. The Comedy Store is not going to open again until September.
Right.
So it's like there's even the local scene, we can't even
Nothing's
think about it
up
until September, which made me maybe one of the most depressed moments I've.
We got a few clubs opening up in like the Midwest, Kansas, and Utah's got it, but at like low capacity, like you said. But out here in LA, we got nothing till September.
Man, it's this thing is bigger than us, man, and but also I won't get into because we're probably heading towards the end of this combo, but. When I watch YouTube, I be turning into one of those guys.
Are you trolling?
It's all a hoax.
You trolling?
This is all a hoax.
So I don't know what to think, man.
Yeah. I know, because eventually we gotta be people again.
Yeah.
So regardless if it's September or this weekend, we're still, going to be thinking about it in the back of our mind, hugs to handshakes to moments.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think how long you going to be just scared at home going, there's germs outside.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing that's been bugging me out, can I tell you what's been bugging me out? Is how people are all of a sudden deciding that it's important to wash your hands.
Yeah, that's true.
We're
learning how.
Should we have not been doing that from the fucking jump?
Now you zoom it.
Yep.
Now you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Now you zoom it.
Now we're zooming.
Now you in your bag.
Yep. Speaking of Zoom, you're our first Zoom guest.
Yes.
Man.
So thank you so much.
I'm humble.
Thanks for doing this. Yeah, we're pretty sure it's fucked up the way
Yeah.
Will's been acting off camera. It's
Yeah, it's going to be
pretty sure
interesting.
this hasn't recorded. So
Fuck it. New territory. New territory. New normal. This is the world we live in.
And
Man,
we did
I
the
hope it
free.
gets back to. I'm glad we were able to connect like this, man. But it ain't nothing like the real thing.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
we miss people too. But
All I got
I'm
is
not
this
gonna-
guy.
yeah, I know it sucks for you. I get it.
I'm not gonna let the robots take that away from me, man.
Good.
I like that. I like this. That you're a pioneer now.
I love it.
You kind of like, you know what you are? You're like a makeshift pioneer because it's like you didn't start anything really, but you're doing something first. So you can call yourself a pioneer. You're like the Wright brothers.
Yeah, I feel like I'm an anti-vaxxer. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't know.
It just sounds like me.
People are gonna look at you now on Wikipedia when they say coronavirus.
that's funny.
One of the first shows was Dino Archie, comedian. Go, man, we could have been pioneers. We should have done it.
I'm gonna be responsible for like
Oh, the resurgence.
Yeah,
The
that's
resurgence.
a name of a special too. The Resurgence, Dino Archie. The Resurgence. God,
COVID
man,
Archie. That's what we're going to call the next round.
man, Dino really capitalized on COVID, didn't
God
he?
damn. Guy's an entrepreneur.
I'm gonna be the first comic that's for the anti-vaxxer.
There you go. Oh, man.
And the flat earthers.
There you go. Fucking hilarious. Man, this was awesome. We're so happy that you came on and did this, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Man,
Miss you.
Let's do it off the camera, man.
Absolutely.
I'll tap in with you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. We'll do like a nice Zoom hang. We've been doing it here in the States
Yeah.
with Amir and like Fahim and Dalia and everybody.
Yeah, Theo and all them.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Throw you into the mix. You should come on.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
But thanks for joining us. I'm pretty sure this thing's fucking ruined the way it's set up.
Take a pic.
This is going to be great.
Take a pic.
Oh, yeah. Stay
Okay,
on and we'll
stay
do a
on.
picture.
We're going to do a picture.
How are we going to do
How
that?
the fuck are we going to do this?
All right, man. So stay on. We're saying goodbye, but stay on.
Stay on.
This has been Dino Archie.
Dino Archie
One of our
playing
closest friends
House
and
of
fun-
Comedy in Vancouver, right?
Yep. No, not
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Is it in Vancouver? House of Comedy?
New Westminster.
New Westminster.
Okay, so you threw us off with your sky train or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck that thing was.
Look at the goddamn SkyTrain. Son of a bitch. I want to see this damn
Yeah, your
SkyTrain.
floating cars in Vancouver. Your free health care and floating cars.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
We are friends, digging each other.